X say what it do. It's your boy Dizzy and straight from the north. You know what the vibes are. And it feels so great to be back. It's been a minute, I know. But we here. We here. And today, the guest. I need to read an intro for this. I gotta come through with that one. An ex-teacher, a mother of two beautiful little girls, a wife and an amazing content creator. Calling her a TikToker is definitely limiting her. She has stolen many people's hearts with her amazing dance moves, earning the title Mzansi's favorite teacher. Today's guest is none other than Mrs. Bullock, aka Mrs. B.
Yes. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having us in your space. Actually, this is cozy for real, guys. I think I used to do a lot of icebreakers, so we're gonna do that just to get my groove back. So.
You're stressed.
Let's see. First question, icebreaker. After a long day of shooting content, what is your favorite way to relax?
Sure. I have two kids, so I don't know when you want me to relax. But when I do get time to relax, it's definitely dinner with my husband with a glass of wine, good food, even if it's in front of the TV. Yeah. That's that, chill. Or a bath. Like wind me down. Like I want the glitter.
This is
bath
when the little
bombs.
ones are sleeping now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want everything. I just want relaxation. No crying. No nothing.
Okay, cozy. If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
KFC.
Is that like
your
favorite?
No, like.
We talking
so
brand.
Yeah, if you actually no. This is not even brand. Like, if you know me, like my kids know me. In actual fact, like one of my going away gifts last year was the Simba KFC stuff because they know KFC and me. If I can choose anything in the world, it's KFC.
Like
hands
the whole
down.
time.
All the time.
I mean, I saw when you came back from your trip, you said like, yo, KFC.
First thing I got.
Like, shout out to you guys.
And it's not even brand. It's just, I've always loved them.
Have you worked with them?
Yes. They were actually my first.
Is it?
That's the craziest part. I actually got my first gig through KFC. And that's just because, honestly, my videos were always just for, like, I love KFC.
Yeah.
It's not, there wasn't
genuinely
fakeness in that. Yeah.
So you heard, are you still working with them
Yes,
now?
I am.
Oh, okay.
I am very loyal. I even shoot content for KFC without even them asking.
Nah, I see it. Okay, third question, icebreaker still. If you were super rich, would you still do content creation?
No, because if I was super rich, then my NGO would be like number one. Yeah, that's the goal. So if I could give back to communities, I mean, then I would rather be hands-on in the communities. So definitely no, I would need to do content creation because I could focus on my dream.
Okay. So content creation is not the main thing. It just fell on your lap.
I just love it. Like, it's just so much fun to make people smile. I'm not doing it for anything other than that. Like, yes, it's amazing. It brings brands. Yes, it is amazing. It obviously pays my bills. I'm not saying I'm not grateful for it. Yeah. But what I am saying is that this is not the end goal. And I think anybody that does content creation needs to have a goal. Like, we were actually talking about it earlier. Like, you could be canceled tomorrow. So at the end of the day, although I don't believe in cancel culture, I don't like that thing. But at the end of the day, I think you have to have dreams. You have to have, and money is also not everything, guys. Like, anyways, I'm getting so deep. Let's move on.
Money is not everything. Heish. That's a chat. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Fourth question. What is your favorite TV show currently?
Currently? Oh, that's hard. We're talking series, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't really do movies. What do I binge watch? Oh, I know. You guys are going to judge me. I'm such a Law and Order girl. That dong dong. They're not my happiest. So like I rewatch that stuff all the time. So that's probably my favorite.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you ever feel like you can't go to certain places now? Like ever since, like you're just normal with it?
Yeah, like I feel like I don't make myself out to be this big thing. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm just me. I'm just a mom. I'm an ex-teacher, which is weird to say because I love teaching. Also, I just think people are so loving and genuine. And even if people don't want to greet me or say hello to me, that's chill. Like, we're people. You matter. I matter. So wherever I go, if you want to dance, I'll be willing. I'm always keen.
She won't Scott my Puma you. Sorry. Much love to Scott. If you see her in the street and you want that dance video, you might just get it.
Yeah. No, I mean, even if you look at my profile, I'm even the one usually posting it. So, like, I'm really chilled about that type of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make it work.
Yeah,
we're all just
definitely.
trying to, love one another and care for one another. And also, life is hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes dancing
be
with somebody
kind.
just brings them joy. So, I love it.
Okay, that's it for my icebreakers.
Okay.
I think we cool enough now to get into why we really here. We here to get to know Mrs. Bullock, right? I mean, when I was texting her about this interview, I kept on calling her Yefro. Only today when we got here, I found out she doesn't like it because
I don't like it. It's just, I don't know. Like, I just like being Mrs. B. You know, that's just me. I like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
who is Mrs. B? Like,
Yeah, that's...
it's a broad question.
I guess
know.
so, yeah.
But
And,
like,
yeah.
a lot of us, we just see you on TikTok. Some of us, we've had the privilege to be taught by you and work
Sorry,
with
that's
you.
my dogs.
He's here for the interview too.
This is the one that never barks. And what is that?
So, I mean, some of us have the privilege to have been taught by you, and we know your other side. But like, we don't know you besides teaching and dancing. Like, who is Mrs. B?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a church-going Jesus lover. I think that's number one. I think that's where it kind of comes through in my content in my class. But if you want to know me, I'm just a family person. Like, for me, what actually matters is my family, and I do everything for them. And I know a lot of people think that's very old school. Like, why would you work so hard for your family? What about you? What about your dreams? But I feel like my dreams get fulfilled through them as well. It's not just about me. It's also about...
You do this for them.
Yes, about them. And if you really want to know me, like, actually, I am just a teacher. Like, I think people look at teachers and they don't think we're special. But I feel like we forget that teachers are really the reason that people succeed or don't succeed in life, And yes, you might see me on social media dancing, but nothing I put out there is a facade. And I really believe in being so honest with my followers. I mean, if you actually do follow me properly and you watch my stories, you'll know, like, I go deep into things like motherhood, frustrations, irritations, like that's me. So I feel like at the end of the day, I am a mom. Yes, I am a wife. Yes, I am a teacher. Yes, I am a dancer. But I'm also just trying to make this life as great and as joyful as possible. Like, so yes, I have these tick boxes, but it is me. It's my core,
That's who you are. So
loving
who we see
kids. Yeah.
on the net, that's who you are.
Exactly. Like, I can't turn that off. I can't be somebody else. Like, yes, sometimes I won't share like every date night I have with my husband, because I feel like in the moment the date is what's important. There's a lot of content that I might not show you, but it's not different from the content I do show you. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm having a family day, if I'm being with my family, if I'm doing those type of things, it's going to happen regardless. It's whether it's on content or not, that's who I put out to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And don't you ever get the question, are you actually from South Africa?
Yes, all the time. Like, how many people will comment like, come to South Africa? And I'm like, literally, if you go to my profile, like, you see a South African flag and it says Mzansi. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, maybe you don't know what that means. But like, if you're South African, like, why are you telling me to come, to South Africa? And then somebody actually asked me the other day on social media. I'm like, I replied to the comments and I'm like, I am South African. And then the person was like, why would you say that? And I'm like, obviously
Because
the last part of that is because you're white. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, usually when you're born in a country, you tend to be the nationality of that country. So,
I mean, you are a teacher. You need to teach these
yeah,
things.
maybe that's what it is. You know, like learning patience and like, whoo. Yeah.
Where do people think you're from generally? Like,
I don't actually know, because I think when I speak, a lot of people have said like maybe I'm more British or maybe like Australian. Like there's been weird things that have come up. But I think that when you start saying those little words that come through, then people are like, no, she's not that really like
ish.
Yeah, like highball. Then they're like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, this one, she can, like they say, I can stay. And that's the other one I get a lot, you know. So I'm grateful. Like, as long as I can get my plot, we shop, you know.
Nah, that's crazy, because I think in general, a lot of people, the stigma around our white people is that there's no rhythm.
100%.
You know, and now here's this white lady with rhythm better than black people. I feel like you dance better than I do.
Oh, okay.
Right? I can't dance like.
I hate it when people say they can't dance. I feel like you can. It's just, can you do it well or not? Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone can dance.
No.
But like, it's just about like, can you do it well or not? You know what I mean?
So everyone can sing.
Yes, but do they sing well? Do they sing badly? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
English, it makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I can sing, but do you want to hear me sing?
Yeah, you see, but now you're being deep. You're being deep with it. So where does the dancing come from? Like, are you from a family of creatives? Is there a dancer? Like,
That's the strangest thing. Like, if I think about my family, my mom is a quantity surveyor. It's like maths.
Yeah.
My dad was a teacher. So I guess in some sense there's creativity there, because, being a teacher, you have to be super creative. You've got to, get them excited about the class or get them excited about the day. But the rest of my family are like doctors or engineers and stuff like that. And, there was really no creativity in that sense. So I don't actually know what tree I fell out of, but I'm here now. I started doing hip hop quite young. I remember going to my I don't really remember. My mom tells the story that I was at my cousin's ballet show and I slept the whole way through. So sorry to those ballet dancers. It's not personal, I promise you.
Was it boring?
I mean, I'm assuming so, because I can't remember this. But there was a hip hop number that came on during the ballet show. So obviously, and then my mom says, and she says it like this: I got up, I sat up, and then I got up. And I started, just like my eyes were big watching these kids dance, And I'm talking, this is like white girl hip hop, like that's not really what I danced in the end. Yeah. But, it's like a 1, 2 step and ta-ta. And I was like, and this was amazing. Like and my mom immediately knew, okay, this girl has to go to hip hop classes. And then obviously I did hip hop growing up, and then I tore my ligaments, and then I gave up on it. I was like, it was fun, cool, And then I got onto TikTok. And I started teaching myself a bit of amapiano. Loved house. Like, I was a houser. So that was like my favorite style growing up. So I think amapiano is a form of house in a sense. So I think that's where the love for it came as well. So house, amapiano, that's just me.
That's you.
Like, that's what I love.
So you tore your ligament and then you stopped.
Yeah, just stopped.
When do you come back exactly? Like time frame?
So that was in matric.
Oh, okay.
So I come back onto TikTok for the first time in 2022. Yeah, it was about a few months before the video went viral. I grew my TikTok following, so about 80,000. And then obviously then the student took the video and it grew a little bit more, and then I put in the work and it just kept on growing. So
I would like to say, I think you came back around 2018, 2019.
Okay. Oh! I forgot about this. Oh my goodness. Yes, when I made that surprise show. Oh, that was so on the spot. We were like, I don't know, like we just decided I should come and join you guys on stage, and like an hour before I learned the routine. Oh my goodness. This is crazy that you still have this. Oh,
so your name is here under...
That's crazy. Yes, because I was actually like helping out.
I think it's hip hop. Yeah, there you
go. I was overseeing the hip hop, and Yeah, the dance. And there was like oh wow, this brings back memories. I actually posted this video a bit after the video ends. And I actually said this is the first time I danced in front of students. Because that was the first time I danced in front of students. That hall was insane. Like I don't think anyone expected it.
So
at all.
I was part of the show.
You were.
I'm behind the scenes because they were dancing. And we listening to all those kids go crazy.
Yeah, that was. Because, I didn't hear anything though.
Because I think
you just do.
You were still kind of new at the school.
I was. That was my second year.
Yeah. So we know you, but we don't know you. And here you are at Mana Showcase. Shout out Mana.
Yeah. Shout out.
So here you are at the showcase rehearsals. I mean, I was more into the drama side of things.
You were, but you were great at that. And you still are.
Thank you. And we didn't get to see you actually do that.
No, because it was literally like an hour before. And we decided I'm going to learn it and dance it.
Yeah.
So
do you think that moment kind of sparked a thing for you? Like, okay,
maybe, maybe. Because I mean, I tried jumping onto TikTok again, like in COVID, but I was like, nah, there's too much work, whatever. But I think so. I think it reminded me of how much joy dancing can bring. I think that was, and for me, you know what was special in that moment? It wasn't because of me. It wasn't about the round of applause for me. What was special is I got to share that stage with kids I'm still in contact with kids I still walk a daily path with. And I think that was what was special for me. I don't think it sparked anything in the sense of, oh, this could possibly be a new career, which obviously I've now kind of turned it into. But what I really loved was that I shared that stage with very talented, very special individuals. Like, I can't even explain it. They were just...
Some of them are still pushing
like literally. Now. And I mean, they're incredible. You know, at the end of the day, they are the reason why I did teaching. They're the reason why I did anything. And still the reason why I fight so hard for the creative space, because in schools, because it can't die. It really can't. It's needed. You know, people need to be able to express themselves.
Would you go back to just do the show?
Yes, I would. If they invited me, I would.
Ah, okay. So
at Mana, I would, yeah.
So all the Mana learners, I think my generation is a long time
the
out
Mana
now.
kids now, I don't know this teacher. It's been a very long time since I was at Mana.
No, crazy. So now you are a teacher. You do the dance. We are happy, and you know, in my time, I didn't see you on TikTok or social media, and I think 2022, you are on the news.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I'm like, I swear I've seen this lady somewhere.
You know, you forgot me?
No, I didn't forget, because it's like in the moment you don't think like
it would be
someone,
me. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
You know, like so close by that you were in reach of, like could be on the news. I mean, you know, it's a little bit far-fetched.
No, it is. Well, even for me, like I didn't expect that either.
You know, and here you are on the news. I think it was like around, it was evening news.
Hey.
So take me through the moment where you find out
the video is on.
Yeah, like you are viral.
Wow. I was actually doing my hair. It was a Saturday. So the video was posted on the Friday by the students. I get a message from my sister-in-law. She's like, Dom, have you seen the video? Now my mind's like, oh, goodness. What video? Like, okay. So she forwards the video. I hop onto TikTok. I'm like, this thing already has like 1 million views and up. And I'm like, oh, my word. The first thing that goes through my head is I'm fired. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. The first thing I think is I am fired.
I'm losing my job.
Because I didn't post it, but like social media is such a huge policy in a lot of schools, you know. I'm thinking, no, I am like literally, I'm sitting there doing my hair. I'm like, I need to go home. Like, I don't know what to do with this. Do I tell the headmaster? Do I not? Like, what am I supposed to do with this information, you know? And it was actually kind of crazy because then people started reaching out. You know, newspapers want to interview me, but now there's this barrier of like the school and me and you know, what can you and can't you do? And obviously at that stage I kind of wasn't aware of what I could and couldn't do, because as an educator you are expected to be the professional first, right? So at the end of, like you can never put the school's name in disrepute.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I did that. I feel like
Nah.
I really opened up a lot of conversation.
You
I
put
opened
them
up,
on, safe to say.
I think, what was I supposed to do? The kids came with the freaking jukebox and they were like, dance for us. Like, what was I supposed to do in that moment?
So they knew you were a dancer?
They knew, because obviously I'd been on TikTok and I had already grown that following, and it was their matric breakfast. There was no school. We were having a
Fun.
breakfast,
Yeah.
like outside. And I didn't think it was unprofessional. I really didn't think it was, and I wasn't going to stand there and be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They walked towards me and I just danced. So yeah, then newspapers wanted, obviously, they wanted me on radio shows and all of that stuff. And for a while, I kind of didn't do anything because, let's just keep it at that.
Okay.
And then then I was like, you know what? It's not putting the school's name.
Yeah.
I'm not recording on the school property. I'm not recording with students. Whether that went viral, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun. So I was like, I'm just gonna have fun, and I did. And now I've made a career out of it.
Crazy.
Mm.
So is it safe for us to say, because of that video, your life somehow started changing?
For
Because
sure,
I mean,
yeah.
they start calling you for interviews.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
for
do
sure.
this, blah, 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 blah. And so you left teaching
End of last year.
end of last year.
So that's like 2.5, because that video went viral in October, I think, of 2022. So I leave 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, you know what? What people don't realize is like, cool, you go viral. Then what? What you do with that, I think, is what matters.
Yeah.
And also, like, that's not what I chased. I didn't chase the fame. It really started off as I just enjoy dancing and I want to share that with the world. Then the video goes viral and then it stagnates. Now you have to decide, am I actually going to do something with this? Am I actually going to show people who I am? Not just the dancer, but like me. Now you have to ask yourself, like, am I going to put myself out there? And then I did. And it was tough. It was tough working two jobs, having a family, being pregnant. Because I was actually pregnant at that stage, just didn't know it. And
When you were dancing in that video?
Yeah, I was
okay.
I just like fallen pregnant. And I think, like it's crazy, And I think that's something that people need to understand, that yes, one video can change your life, but it's how you take that video and make from it what you want. And like especially if you're a kid watching this, please finish school, man. Okay. Like, let's just talk about that, because you need a backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay, you need a backup plan.
Definitely.
I can always go back to teaching. I love it. I didn't leave because I hated it.
Yeah.
I miss my students every day, but I knew that I wanted to be a mom first. And I knew I wanted to share like God and myself with more people. That's what I wanted to do.
So you say finish school.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying there's no money in content creation?
No, there is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've never downplayed that there is or there isn't money. There's a lot of money in content creation, but money can also go here. It's very easy to get this influx of money, and what you do with it then. Are you investing it? Are you studying with it? Are you starting a business with it? Because if it's only about like what bags I'm buying, what car I'm driving, and I mean, yes, that stuff also will come.
Yeah.
Like, God doesn't also want us to like live underneath everyone. Like, He wants us to be blessed. He put us in that place because He wants blessing for us. The hard work should have reward, but it's like, what are you actually doing with that money? I think that matters. Are you giving it to people that actually need it? At the end of the day, I believe what you sow, you're going to reap. And I don't sow to reap, but I believe that there is a process in that, and something that these kids, high schoolers, really have to catch. Just go to university if you can, do something, do content creation, but just do more.
I think I'm more. I love content creation. It's great. And I do say this. I left my 9 to 5, which was teaching, for this. It's not easy.
No, it's not. Oh, hell no.
People think you just pop up and
Ooh, a lot of this.
It's really not easy. And if you're going to take a step like dropping out or leaving your 9 to 5 for this, you should
100%.
really know what you are doing. Like,
Agreed.
you should really know what you're doing. That's just like advice for the people out there. So back to the conversation.
Sorry.
Um,
I'm a teacher. Tends to swerve.
so now, shop, you leave teaching end of last year.
Yep.
How's everyone's reaction? Like, I'm talking family now. We'll get to the kids. I mean, obviously they were like heartbroken and whatever.
Yeah, that
but
was hard.
family, like, do you
Yeah.
sit down and pray first and then
Yes.
come back and
I
say,
hear you.
hey, hubby, this is what I'm gonna do, or this is what I wanna do?
So
Do something.
ironically, it was actually the other way around. So my
Oh,
husband
okay.
and I started talking about me leaving probably around April last year. And then we didn't tell anyone. We started praying. We're like, Lord, if this is your will, you're going to have it done, right? He calls me on the very first day. Just go away. I'm not going to concentrate with that. He calls me on the very first day of last term. So that's
Yeah,
term 4, 2024. He calls me. He says, Dom, I think you need to quit. I feel in the spirit that we've prayed long enough about this. We haven't spoken out about it because we really wanted it to be a decision we made and didn't have outside opinions make it for us. But he's like, I think you need to quit. I'm like, what do you mean I have to quit? Like, I pay I pay our kids' school fees. I
Yeah.
pay for their diapers. I pay for their food. As much as he is providing this amazing house and everything for us, there are still things I need to pay
Yeah.
for. So to leave a set salary for something that is, as we know, like this, I mean, you can get a
Hectic, this
job.
side.
Yeah, you can get 4 jobs in 1 month and never see a job again for 6 months. You know, like that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to realize. Like, you can't be quitting something if it's like this, okay, and you don't have enough. So he's like, okay, well, save everything you can in the next 3 months, but you're quitting. So I sit there at school, I type up my resignation letter, I hand
So
it
at
into
this
my...
point, you haven't told the school yet.
I haven't told anyone yet.
Okay.
Okay, I call my mom, obviously, in all of this, and I'm like, listen, I am going to resign. My mom is actually a very, like I said, she's a quantity surveyor. It's maths. It's very focused. She's like, I think it's a good idea. You know? And that's like, I'm like, what? I'm waiting for my mom to be like, no.
Are you crazy?
How does this even make sense? You know, like, because you're so structured. And she's like, no, Dom, you always said teaching was the start. You knew that wasn't the end. You knew that you wanted to change kids' lives. But in teaching, you have to be loyal to the school. And you can't help kids the way you want to help them if you are in the school, because there are certain things you can and there's certain things you can't do. And I obviously tell my in-laws. Now, my father-in-law's a little bit more quiet because to him, he's thinking like kids, everything, which I love you, Pops. Like, I love you so much. That's what my kids call him. But I think he's happy now. Like, he's seen... But whenever we make a quick move like that, he's always like skeptical. Is it gonna work out?
I mean, you need someone like that.
Yeah, you do. I mean, my mom-in-law and them are like always on my in my corner, rooting me on. But obviously, it didn't make sense. But I think what did make sense was the peace that we had.
Okay.
And I can't lie to you. It has been amazing. I can't sit here and say, like, I miss my kids. Oh, like you said, we're going to talk about the kids. I tell the school, obviously my next thing is I have to tell the kids. Now they're writing exams. I don't have much time.
You can't really tell them because now they're coming out at 11 and they're going...
Well, they're about to start exams.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm like, if I tell them after exams, they're going to hate me. So I need to be able to give them enough time to process it. Because I was actually only at that school for a year. But what they did for me, I mean...
What is this girl's eye?
No, I was at Sutherland for my last year of teaching. What they did for me was just... Like, Manor kids also went above and beyond, you know? But what Sutherland kids did after a year, I kind of realized... like, the teachers, they were like, this has never happened. I mean, my one class had a full-on talent show as my goodbye.
That's crazy.
I actually have the video.
Sutherland. Shout out.
Sutherland. They were amazing, you know? And I miss them. I miss my kids so much. I miss feeling like I'm making an impact.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually seeing the reward.
With the content
anymore.
creation.
Yeah, you know you are, but you don't see the reward where with teaching.
It's just numbers now.
Yeah, you see with teaching, it's like you can see that kid gets
And he's-
5%
and
more,
he's
or
improving.
or he's
yeah.
talking in class, or she's more confident. But now you don't get that, and you're like, am I actually making a difference still? That's hard.
Okay, so I think I'm coming to an end. My guy over there says 5 minutes. So
talk a lot.
I need. There's so much. This conversation is actually getting somewhere. So I'm gonna ask the important stuff. First of all, one of the questions I have is that, you say don't go to school, whatever, but in the reality that we face is that there's a lot of young people hooked by content creation,
100%.
right? What do you think needs to happen in order for this to be as sustainable as a 9 to 5?
Well, I mean, we have to be monetized, first of all. I know Facebook monetizes, I know YouTube monetizes, but Instagram does not monetize and TikTok does not monetize. So a lot of people think I get paid by TikTok. I don't get paid by TikTok. And I get paid by the brands. I also think, you know what, I get why students want to do it. Financially, we live in a country that is so...
Hectic.
Like, let's talk about the poverty rate, you know? So if you have something, because remember, brands are willing to pay us because they're not really doing the advertising side of things anymore, you know? So I get
Billboards
it.
and stuff.
Yeah, the billboards and the TV, it's kind of losing its, you know, its thing. So I get why kids want to do it. But like, if you want to make this a thing, there has to be monetization. And I think that's the only thing for me right now that would make sense, because we're not all YouTubers. I'm not about to record 24 hours of my life every single day. Like, that's just not me. Like, I don't have time for it anyways. And I respect the people that do, especially the moms, because you guys are like the OGs, you know, having kids and recording. I don't know how.
They're hectic with it.
Yeah, but like, if the platforms don't, then there's no ways that you can have a set, okay, I'm going to have this amount per month.
Yeah.
And then you're going to work your butt off to get as much money in as possible. So there's two sides. I get why they want to, but I also feel like they have to understand that monetization hasn't happened yet.
So you don't advise it right now?
No, I feel like...
Do it for fun.
Yeah, and then make it a career. But like, for 2.5 years, I worked 2 jobs. Do you know what I mean? Like, do the hours, put the hours in. And then eventually you will reap the reward of it. That's how I see it, personally.
Definitely. And I think this is going to be my last hectic question, right? So I actually wrote this down. I had to prepare.
That's good.
I never.
Always be prepared. I'm always like that as a teacher. So
South Africa is a very diverse country with many different cultural groups. When tapping into the African culture dance scene, weren't you scared that both white and black cultures wouldn't receive it well?
Yeah. I mean, some don't still.
Okay.
The reality of living in a country that is so diverse is that's going to happen. You know, that people are always going to have a problem with you. But I feel like people are going to have a problem with you whether you do something that is more African inclined versus not. Like, I feel people are going to hate you just because that is the culture, you know? And I don't know, for me, it wasn't a thought. I never did this, and I thought about what the clap back of it's going to be, because my intentions have always been pure. And whether people do perceive that as cultural appropriation, or whether they perceive that as me trying not to be white, or whatever they're trying to, you know, place me in a box with, you know, shut me out with and have these opinions with, that wasn't why I do this. I do this because, first of all, our country needs it. Let's be honest. Like, for how long are we going to spread the hate? For how long are we going to act like we can't have these honest, real conversations? Because the reality is, without those honest, real conversations, we're not going anywhere. You know, we're going to keep going down the same line. And second of all, I love dancing. So to tell me I can't dance because it is an African beat or something like that would be like saying, okay, but then you should stop ballroom and salsa and all of these things, because they are not culturally in line with us as South Africans either. You know, and every time I do it because I love my African people. Like, I love my African friends. I love my African culture. Like, being a South African is so special because I don't think we have this anywhere else in the world. Like, there isn't diversity. And yes, there's a lot of hate still. Yes, there's a lot of racism still. But how do we fight that? How do we fix that? You've got to have the uncomfortable conversations.
Definitely.
You've got to get into the uncomfortable spaces. And you've got to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. My goodness. Like, let's actually get to know one another
Yeah.
for the human beings that we are. Like, your cultures, your beliefs, your everything.
And just spread love.
Yeah.
We laugh and we dance.
And we have hard conversations, you know?
Definitely.
Like, let's not, I'm not, like, listen, I can have those hard conversations. My kids know. In my classes, I never shied away from them.
Yeah.
Because that is what matters at the end of the day.
And also the intention behind the conversation is nothing bad.
No.
So
it's actually learning.
Yeah, definitely.
And engaging with one another.
Were you a history teacher?
I wasn't. I was an English teacher. But I mean, I feel like even in English, let's talk about it. Like, there's so much in history. So think about Shakespeare and Othello and just, you know, the history of what we are facing as a country just comes up again and again in literature. And I don't know, the quicker we learn from these mistakes, maybe the better off our country will be, because we don't have to all like each other, but we can at least try to respect and love one another. Like, we don't have to be friends, but my goodness, I'm tired of living in a world where everywhere I go, everything is based off my skin color. That's just, it's
getting boring.
It's
now.
very draining.
Yeah.
It's very draining. We're more than that.
No, definitely. I think you have said so much. And if you heard her, she's willing to have that conversation
I'm
with
always
you.
willing.
You know? She's willing to have that conversation with you. What would you 12-year-old Mrs. Bullock? Well, at that time it was Dom.
Yeah, it was Dom. It was Dom. It was Dominique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you tell her today? Are you proud of you?
That's crazy. That actually got me emotional. I don't even know why. But the crazy thing is that when I was 12, I actually got my daughter's name from the Lord. And remember I said I left this all to be a better mom and to be more involved. I think the 12-year-old me, who used to love drama and dancing and did that every single day of her life, would be so proud that I've turned something that I love into something I even love more, you know? So I think I would tell her, like, I did it. I did everything I set my mind to. I still have a lot to do.
Yeah.
I still have a lot to, you know, you haven't seen anything yet.
NGO.
But my NGO, yes. So if you guys are sponsors or people that want to work with me on that, let me know, because these kids need it more than anyone. And I want to fight for those that need it. But I will share more with that later on this year. Yeah. But yeah, I think I just tell her I did it. I did what I wanted to, and now it's just...
You're proud.
Yeah, I'm very proud.
No, that's cool. Come to the end of our episode. You know what I'm saying? This was a lovely chat. I feel like it was very short.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much we could have touched on
and dived
with
in.
Mrs. B. You know, time didn't allow. But, I mean, if you guys just put it in the comment section that you want her back, we can, you know, we can sneak in a part two
goodness.
a bit. But yeah, what can we expect from you soon?
Honestly, this year I'm sacrificing for my kids. So all that you can expect from me soon is just like being more present in their lives and also on social media. I have a few events coming up that are really cool, especially one that will be talking about like teenagers on social media, which is maybe something some people need to tune into, especially parents. If you're a parent watching this, maybe you should also watch that. But yeah, I think at this stage in my life, I'm just handing it over to God, and you'll see me where you see me. That's it.
There you have it, guys. That's Mrs. B.
Yeah.
Shout out. Thank you for having us in your space. This was really cool. We enjoyed it. Look, guys, just quickly head on to our Instagram as well. Just hit follow, subscribe, like, comment, go to Mrs. Bullock's TikTok. I think that's your thing.
That's my main platform.
Yeah,
I don't know,
TikTok.
understand Instagram. Yeah.
TikTok. Hit her with a follow as well on Insta. You have YouTube?
I should be doing YouTube, but I have it. But
Get
it's
on
just
there.
Facebook,
Get on
if you can
there.
monetize me on Facebook.
Get on there.
Just joking.
Let's get a. What's your channel?
It's Mrs. Bullock everywhere. That's just me.
Let's subscribe, guys. Let's show her some love.
Shout out to them as well.
And grow that platform. And I think we deserve those vlogs. You don't have to do 24-hour,
I know,
whatever.
I know.
Just have fun with it.
I did enjoy the vlogs in China, so I should probably jump on them. Yeah, the people also enjoyed it. So
Yeah, we saw that one. I think my favorite video from China is that one where you have the ladies. Quick one before we end. What happened? Did you quickly like, hey guys, I want to shoot this video, or you just got them standing there?
they was taking a picture, and
Okay.
I just went in.
Crazy.
Social anxiety fears me, guys. Social anxiety
Crazy.
literally fears me. Like,
Because I thought you just called them like, hey guys.
no, they were actually taking a photo. I think they thought that I wanted to join the photo, and then I was just like, let me hoy a little bit of a, that's actually what happened.
Crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Go check it out as well. I think we'll drop it down here. But much love.
Yeah.
Dizzy, I'm signing out, and it feels good to be back, baby. Let's go.
Woo!